Now to an untold story on the shooting at Clackamas Town Center. We now know there was another armed man in the mall that day, a shopper who had the shooter in his gun sight, but never pulled the trigger. The night team's Mike Benner is live outside the mall. And Mike, the big question for many tonight would be, why didn't he shoot?
And Tracy, he understands that is a question a lot of people will be asking tonight. But Nick Mealy tells us he did not shoot because he was afraid he would injure or kill an innocent person running for safety. Nick Mealy is emotionally drained. The 22-year-old was at the Clackamas Town Center with a friend and her 4-month-old baby when a masked gunman opened fire.
I heard 3 shots and I turned and looked at Casey and I go, are you fucking serious? And she looks at me and she goes, yeah.
As the friend and baby hit the floor, Mealy, who has a concealed carry permit, positioned himself behind a pillar.
He was working on his rifle and he kept pulling the charging handle and hitting the side.
The break in gunfire allowed Mealy to pull out his own gun, a Glock 22, but he never took his eyes off the shooter.
In my mind, I kept saying, like, drop it, drop the gun, you know. And when I drew up, I got tunnel vision, and all I saw was my front sight on his head, and I was indexing, and as I was going down, I was going to pull. I saw someone in the back of the Charlotte move, and I knew that if I fired and missed, I could end up hitting them.
So Mealy took cover inside a nearby store. He never did pull the trigger, and he stands by that decision.
I'm not beating myself up because I didn't shoot him, but I know that after he saw me, I think the last shot he fired was the one that he used on himself.
The gunman was dead, but not before taking 2 innocent lives with him. And as Mealy points out, taking the innocence of everyone else.
I don't ever want to have to see anyone that way ever. It bothers me, you know.
It just so happens that Nick Mealy is a former security guard at this mall of all places. He left in August for another security job. He tells us his ultimate goal is law enforcement. Back to you.
What a tough decision he had to make in a split second. Mike Benner, thank you.